Hey seedlings! Today I'm going to share with you how I am planning for the upcoming month, which is September. In just 1 week we're going to begin a new month, and so I thought I would use my new iPad Pro to plan September. I'm using an app called Procreate and I think it costs $10. On just a single canvas I'm going to have multiple layers that portray different aspects of my planning. So layer 1 is going to be the month of September, in a month calendar view, and then layer 2 is going to be a template, and then subsequent layers will just be the different days of the week where I fill in that template. I'll show you how it all makes sense with layers and walk you through my design for this month. I hope that you spend this time maybe following along in your journal or iPad and just enjoy drawing, planning. This sort of thing just makes my nerdy artsy little heart sing. I hope you follow along, enjoy, and if you like this sort of content, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel below. Alright, so I'm gonna edit the iPad screen recording and narrate at the same time so that you all know the thinking behind the template and whatnot. First things first, you want to turn on Drawing Guide. That's gonna create a grid pattern on the background that helps you draw out a calendar. And then if you click Edit Drawing Guide, on the lower right hand corner there's Assisted Drawing. This is going to make all of the lines that you draw super straight. So I turn this on just in order to map out the calendar. And so we have Assisted Drawing turned on, and here I'm drawing out a grid pattern. If you've never done this before, make sure that you account for a top bar where you can write in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on. And then after that, you want to make little cubes for every day of the month. This is going to look super basic, like any regular calendar. So as you can see, I have like excess lines at the bottom and I don't even care to erase them. I've been embracing sort of imperfect works of art lately, and if it bothers you or if you're looking to create something that's really clean and professional looking, then of course this is an opportunity to zoom in and erase any like excess lines that you've drawn. You can also see that on my calendar there's a eighth little column that's super slim, and you know, it's because I didn't count out my squares, and so the calendar isn't perfectly even. But with that eighth column, who knows, like I might be able to tally the days of the week that I exercise, or you know, just like put a check mark if I'm following through on a habit that I'm working on. So you can kind of just think creatively about how to use your mistakes as opportunities. Conventional calendars begin on Sunday, but I like to just kind of clump my work week in the beginning and then have Saturday and Sunday side by side, because you know, sometimes you're just gonna spend an entire weekend doing the same thing or going to a certain place. I don't know, I just like to put the weekend together. I thought about putting a title on this calendar to label it as September, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the center or over on the right hand side, but I'm really happy I went with this right hand girly calligraphy. And as you can see, I tried multiple times writing it out and then undoing it until I was pleased with the outcome. And I want to keep this in the video so that you know you can just, you know, try and try again. Procreate makes it really easy to undo by just tapping with 2 fingers, and so you can write, if you don't like it, tap, write again, tap. And I did that a couple times before I landed on this. Even this is not perfect looking, but it's a very forgiving font, right? So I went with sort of a salmon and lavender for the month of September for no reason in particular. The salmon was because I had gone into the red territory. When I think of September, I think of back to school, and when I think of back to school, I think of apples, and when I think of apples, I think of red. So that's the story of salmon. And then I thought lavender was also really pretty, so you want to just go with whatever feels right. I drew in some sakura blossoms here because it's a really easy flower to draw. If you are having trouble mimicking the flowers that I've drawn, it's super simple. You basically want to draw a 5-petaled flower, and at the ends of the petals, just give it a little wiggle, a little squiggle. And if that's too much to think about, you can just draw 5 long hearts and connect those hearts, you know, at their tip, and there you have it. You have a sakura blossom. If you want to add details, as I have, you can come in with a different color and then give it a few polka dots in the center. That's going to look like the pollen. Okay, so before we move forward, I want to explain to you the layers. Basically, I had drawn the month on one layer right here, and I titled that layer September. Next, I'm gonna uncheck that layer so that we have a blank background again, and then go in and add a new layer, title it Weekly Template, and that's where we're gonna pick up. So the template layer always stays the same, and this is where I'm gonna write out a quote that inspires me. I'm gonna just put some really bare bones things onto that layer, like some flowers for decor. And then the prompts of the 5-minute journal, which are gratitudes, what would make today really amazing, 3 things that I can do and I will do, and it will make the day amazing. And then just the prompt, I am ... And that's gonna be something I complete every single day. I just realized that I put August instead of September. So I'm gonna go in and change that, but the 2 flower outlines that I have next to the month are gonna be for me to fill in every single day with the day of the week. So like M for Monday, W for Wednesday, and then the second flower is for the date. So, you know, the number. I feel so silly that it says August, like, I also want to leave ample space at the bottom of this template just for free writing. And then I know myself, and so I always want to leave a little space to the right as well, because I tend to write out the hours of the day and then kind of plot out what I'm going to do hour by hour. So a quick note on how to use the layers. Here's the weekly template, and then on day 1, if I check off day 1, then I can see my journal entry for the 1st. And then if I uncheck it, I only have the template checked, and so it's a blank template again. And then for day 2, I'm gonna check that layer, and whatever I write here is gonna be preserved under the day 2 layer. So at the end of the month, you're just gonna have, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 onward all the way to 30. And it's like a really fun way for you to scroll through all of your journal entries, and you don't have to recreate the template from scratch every single day, and you don't have to, you know, write it out in advance the way you would in a physical journal, like 30 times or whatever it is.